Hello everyone! Once more, welcome sa ating Management Science lecture. So, I hope we have learned something sa ating previous discussion on Management Science because this time, we will continue what we have started on specifically linear programming. Okay, so last time we discussed maximization model. So this time, we're going to discuss naman minimization model. Right? So balikan natin mabilis yung linear programming. Ano nga ba yung linear programming? So again, this is the tool or a tool of management science na ginagamit ng ating management for solving optimization problems. Okay? So we're looking for optimal solutions, best solutions for our specific goal. And this program is a model that consists of linear relationships representing a firm's decisions given an objective and resource constraints. Okay? So, merong mga resources na kino-consider tayo. Right? And then, this model, again, is a linear equation. Meron siyang constraints and meron tayong linear objective function, which is either magma-maximize tayo or magmi-minimize tayo. So, sa ating previous lesson, ang ating goal is to maximize. Okay? What is that? So, syempre, it's about benefit, yung minamaximize natin. To be specific, maximizing profit. So, meron pang isa, to get the optimal solution, usually ang isang dinidesisyonan ng management sa isang company is pagdating naman sa cost, 'di ba? Kasi pagdating sa pagkuha natin ng maximum profit possible, it's either mag-increase tayo ng income or mag-minimize tayo ng ating mga expenses. So, yan. Okay? So, ngayon, sa ating lesson for today, we will discuss about minimization problems. So again, non-negativity constraints, applicable pa rin yan. And then yung ating manager's goal, which is about optimal solution. Okay, so to start with, gawin natin itong minimization model na to using a problem or through a problem. So, the holiday meal turkey ranch is planning to use two different brands of turkey feed, brand A and brand B. To provide a good diet for its turkeys, each feed contains different quantities in units of the three nutrients, namely protein, vitamin, and iron, essential for fattening turkeys. Okay, so naintindihan natin, meron daw brand A and brand B na ginagamit si holiday meal turkey. Ngayon, yung brand A and brand B, meron silang magkaiba na parehong content, merong protein and vitamin and iron, pero magkaiba yung quantities ng bawat nutrient, okay? Sa bawat isa sa kanila. So, yung details niya, narito sa ating table. Yung details ng nutrients and also the minimum requirement. So, we can see here na yung brand A, okay, brand A feed, yung kanyang protein ay 5 units per 1 pound. Pero si brand B ay 10 units of protein ang laman sa 1 pound. Okay? And then yung vitamin naman ni brand A ay may 4 units for every pound. Brand B has 3 units for every pound. Iron has 0.5 units for every pound. Si brand B walang iron. Okay? So 0. Yan. Ngayon, we can also see here in the table yung minimum requirement ni Holiday para sa bawat isang turkey niya per month. Okay? Yung minimum requirement ng mga nutrients na kailangang i-feed dun sa turkey. So, for protein, kailangan daw yung kanilang mga turkey, bawat isang turkey, ay kailangan makapag-provide tayo sa kanila ng at least 45 units of protein. Okay, so para maging malusog yung turkey, yan. Sa vitamins naman, kailangan mayroong at least 24 units. And then si iron, dapat merong 1.5 units. Okay? So given those, we also determined that brand A feed costs 10 cents per pound and brand B feed costs 15 cents per pound. The owner of the ranch would like to use linear programming to determine the quantity of each feed to use in a turkey's diet in order to meet the minimum monthly requirements for each nutrient at the lowest cost. Right? So, gustong malaman ng ating owner ng ranch, ilang bang pounds ng brand A ang ating ipapakain do sa ating turkey at ilan naman yung brand B, so that we can meet the minimum requirements. Pero, dahil ito ay, syempre, kung gusto talaga nating malusog, edi pakainin mo ng marami, dapat mas marami, mas maigi, parang ganon. Kaya lang, syempre, mayroong cost involved. Pag pinarami mo ng marami, mas malaki yung cost natin. So, ngayon, ang hinahanap ng ating owner is, ano yung best combination ni brand A ni brand B na feed na mamimit yung minimum requirements, pero mababa lang yung magiging gastos niya. Okay? The lowest possible cost. Okay? So, to compute this, okay? So, this same lang siya actually kung anong ginawa natin dun sa profit maximization or sa maximization model, ay the same lang din ang gagawin natin dito. Okay? So, syempre, medyo may konti lang pagkakaiba kasi yung isa about maximization, ito naman ay about minimization. So, pero yung procedure should be the same. So, again, to find yung ating optimal solution, magmo-model formulation tayo. So, patungkol ba saan? Ano ba yung hinahanap ng ating problem? Okay? So, sa ngayon, meron tayong mga variables. What we're looking for is, first, the number of pounds of brand A feed per turkey per month. Okay? Tapos, yung brand B naman, kay ganun din. Kailangan din nating malaman kung ilang pounds of brand B feed yung ating ipapakain sa bawat isang turkey. So, ito yung ating mga variables. Ito yung ating hahanapin. And then, our goal is, or our objective function is to minimize our cost. Okay? So, ito na yung ating formula. Nag-come up tayo sa ganitong formula kasi when we say yung total cost, so, syempre, that is the combination of the cost ng ating brand A and brand B. So, pareho natin gagastusan, brand A and brand B. So, we're going to combine the cost of each of them, then we will get the total cost. Okay? And out of the many options that we can get, we will now look for the minimized possible cost na pwedeng nating ma-incur dito. Okay? Ngayon, ito yung ating objective, pero meron tayong mga constraints. Diba? So, binanggit na natin kanina. Do sa ating problem, babalikan natin siya. Ang isang constraint natin ay, okay, so ito pala yung ating cost. Right? So, before we go to the constraint. So, this is the cost. Yung, sa formula natin, yung 0.10A, okay, that is the cost of brand A feed per month. And then, yung ating 0.15B is the cost of brand B feed per month. Okay? So, let's go to the model constraints. So, this is our objective function. Z is equal to 0.10A plus 0.15B. Subject to constraints, first, 5A. So, if we go back to our problem, okay, di ba sabi si brand A, pagdating sa protein, ay kailangan niya, or meron siya, okay, meron siyang 5 units per pound. Right? Tapos, si brand B naman ay merong 10 units of protein per pound. Now, given this, yung total requirement na kailangan nating ma-meet ay dapat at least 45 units of protein. Okay? Or 45 pounds. So, in that case, dahil at least yung ating hinahanap, yung minimum, yung 45 yun yung minimum, therefore, yung magiging sagot natin, which is 5a plus 10b, dapat mas at least equal or greater than 45. So, this is our first constraint with regards to protein. So, our second constraint is when it comes to the vitamin, okay? Yung minimum requirement for the vitamin, which is dapat 24. Yun yung ating minimum requirement. Ngayon, si brand A ay may 4 units per pound ng vitamin, tapos si brand B ay meron namang 3 units per pound. And then, sa iron, yung iron, si brand A may 0.5, pero si brand B wala. Okay? So, ay kailangan, ang constraint natin dito is, ang kailangan nating requirement na ma-meet is at least 1.5. Okay? So, malamang dahil wala si brand B ng iron, definitely makukuha natin yung iron ay kay brand A. So, doon pa lang kita na natin kung bakit kailangan yung mixture ni brand A and ni brand B. Kasi nga meron tayong minimit na mga requirements. So again, kaya meron tayo nitong model is, ito yung ating magiging guide sa ating solution later on, na kung saan dapat, kung ano man yung makikita nating solution, dapat ay papasok dito, magmamatch or mamimit lahat ng requirements natin dito. Pag merong isa dyan na hindi na-meet, lalo na sa constraint, so ibig sabihin, hindi yun yung ating feasible solution. Merong masasacrifice. Okay? So, hindi siya magwo-work out. Right? So, we have to find now yung magiging feasible solutions natin, and out of them, ay pipiliin natin ngayon alin yung optimal solution natin. Okay? Wherein we will get the minimized cost possible. Okay? So, we already have our model. So, we're gonna use that model now to graph our solution. Okay? So, gagamitan natin ng graph yung paghanap natin ng solution. So, what do we do? Using our model constraints, okay? So, ito ay mga inequality. Para makapag-graph tayo, gagamitin natin yung ating constraints, i-convert natin sila into equation. Okay? And in converting them to equation, the very purpose is to find the points na ipa-plot natin dun sa ating graph. Okay? And in doing that, we're also using yung extreme equation. Okay? Wherein one point will be 0, the other one is not. So that we can find the value of each variable. Okay? So, constraints equation tayo. Unahin natin yung sa protein. Okay? Paano natin ipa-plot yung protein constraint natin? So, yung formula natin is 5a plus 10b is greater than or equal to 45. So, convert natin siya into equation. That will be 5a plus 10b is equals to 45. Okay? So, if a is 0, then we can determine our b as 45 divided by 10. So, kung a ay 0, so 5 times 0, that's automatically 0. So, matitira na lang sa atin ay 10b equals 45. So, b will be computed as 45 divided by 10. Therefore, our b is 4.5. Okay? So, mamaya, pag nag-graph tayo, nag-plot tayo ng ating first point sa protein to get our linear, to get our first line constraint. So, yung ating una is 0 and 4.5. 0a and 4.5b. Okay? Yung second point naman natin will be from this equation. Okay? If b is 0, then we will have a as 45 divided by 5. Then, a will be 9. Okay? So, we have now our 2 points for a and b. That is 9 sa A and 4.5 sa B. So, tapusin lang natin to, then we will graph. Okay, so that is for protein. Now, for vitamin, so ang ating formula is 4A plus 3B equals 24. So, if A is 0, then B will be 8. Okay, and then if B is 0, then A will be 6. Iron, So, ang ating formula is 0.5a equals to 1.5. Ay, nasan yung b? Okay? O, wag mo ipilit na magkaroon ng b. Ay, wala nga kasing b. Walang value yung b. Ano, yung brand b. So, hanapin natin. So, ngayon, kung walang b, ibig sabihin, automatic yung b is 0. So, a, therefore, from this equation, we can determine that a is equals to 3. Okay? Now, let's plot. Pag nag-plot tayo, ito yung magiging itsura ng ating graph. Okay? So, ito, kita natin, mayroon namang, naka-identify naman alin yung mga line for each of our constraint. So, itong medyo pahiga na line, that is our protein constraint. So, kung titingnan mo, paano yan na-graph? So, yung B natin is 4.5. Okay? First point natin, itong B is 4.5. So, ayan. Alright? Tapos, yung ating namang A is 9. So, ito. So, pag pinagdugtong mo yan, now we have our constraint for protein. Okay? So, ito yung equals to 45. Bibigyan tayo ng line which is equals to 45. Now, for our vitamin constraint naman, so B is 8, kaya ayun yung first point, nasa 8. Tapos, yung A ay 6. So, ito yung second point natin, nakatapat sa 6. Okay? So, now, we have our line constraint for vitamin. For iron, okay? So, yung iron is, yung A niya is nasa 3. Okay? So, kaya ito. So, yung B, 0. So, wala na tayong paglalagyan. Dito na siya. Kaya, pag inano natin, nilinyahan natin siya, isang diretsyo lamang pataas. Okay? So, this is how our graph will look like. So, katulad dun sa ating ginawa, okay, dun sa maximization model, so, kailangan din nating i-determine yung feasible region. Okay? When we say feasible region, ito yung region kung saan any point there, nandun yung hinahanap nating objective. Okay? So, kung maximization model tayo, ang hinahanap natin is yung point or yung combination na kung saan magbibigay sa atin ng maximized profit. Pero dito, ngayon, sa ating topic na minimization, okay? So, ang hinahanap natin ngayon is yung minimized cost. So, dito, sa ating graph, paano natin ma-determine? Kung maalala nyo, yung feasible region natin sa maximized cost is within nung bounds, okay? Within nung constraint lines, yung ating feasible region. Pero dito sa minimization model, kabaliktaran, yung nasa labas. Okay? Ng ating line constraints, yung nasa labas. Kasi, if you go back to our constraints dito, okay, yung model constraints natin, itong ating mga, itong 45, 24, 1.5, and 0, they are all minimum. Okay? So, kung minimum, itong nakuha natin sa line, mula doon sa ating line, sila yung minimum. Ibig sabihin, at least, 'di ba? So, palabas dyan, lahat yun okay. Okay? Yung lalabas doon sa ating minimum line, lahat yun okay. So, yun yung tinatawag nating feasible region. Okay? So, yan. So, kung mapapansin din ninyo, pagdating sa minimization model, yung ating feasible region is unbounded. Diba? Wala yung katapusan. So, kahit padiretsuhin mo yan hanggang labas, hanggang sa kasi pwede siyang unlimited na siya, wala nang pipigil sa kanya. Diba? Kaya nga, diba, sabi natin, pagdating talaga sa cost, we can spend as much as possible. Diba? Walang katapusan yung cost na yan. Pag dinagdagan mo yung gagastusan mo, definitely lalaki yung cost mo. Right? Pero, dahil nga meron tayong mga iba pang mga constraint, may resources pa tayong iba na nililimitahan or may limitations, that's why we come up with this model. Okay, na kung saan hinahanap natin yung area na kung saan minimize lang yung ating cost. Yung hindi lahat, kumbaga hindi ubos-ubos ang pera. Yan. Okay, so that's it. So, ngayon, ang kasunod natin, so nag-graph na natin yan, alam na natin yung feasible region natin, okay? So, anywhere dyan sa ating feasible region, yung ating optimal solution. Pero the easiest way is actually, dahil katulad dun sa maximized model natin, maximization model natin, dinetermine natin yung mga exterior points, yung exterior corners. Diba? Kasi, syempre, yun yung palayo. Yun yung magbibigay sa atin talaga ng mga maximum. Yun yung mga best options natin for maximum profit. Okay? So, ngayon, minimization of cost ang itinutukoy natin. So, ganun din. Punta tayo dun sa mga corner points. Pag pumunta ka dun sa bahaging kanan, wala dyang corner points kasi nga, unbounded yung ating feasible region. Pero, so dito sa kaliwa, andito ngayon yung ating boundary. Right? So, we have now our point 1, 2, and 3. So, anywhere dyan, yung ating feasible, yung ating optimal solution. Okay? So, to find that out, okay, ayan. So, ang isang paraan natin, kung nakatingin lang tayo sa graph, okay, kung graph lang yung ating gagamitin, what we can do is to use our model, our objective function line. Okay? Na kung saan mag-a-assume tayo ng certain total sa maximization model, so yung ating maximized profit. So this time, ang i-assume natin is yung ating minimized cost. So kunwari, do sa ating equation na 10 cents A plus 15 cents B. So, kunwari, ang total nila, ang hinahanap nating minimized cost is, let's say, $1. Okay? So, using that equation, we're going to find yung value ng A and B. So, hindi pa yun yung maging total. So, i-compute lang natin siya so that we can plot our line. Okay? We can plot our equation line. So, with this, for example, if A is 0, okay, so extreme calculation ulit tayo. So, if A is 0, then B will be, pag kinompute mo yan, B will be 6.67. Yan. So, kaya, ito, diba, ito yung first point natin. Narito sa malapit sa 7. Tapos, if naman yung B ang 0, so, we can compute A as 10. Alright? So, kaya ito yung second point. So, pag pinagdugtong mo yan, we will have our cost line. So, this time ay cost line kasi hinahanap natin ay cost. Ano? So, kung maalala nyo doon sa maximization model, kasi maraming options. So, hindi pa natin masasabi na yun talaga yung optimal solution natin. So, sa maximization model, ang ginawa natin, hinila natin yung line na yon, okay? Gumawa tayo ng parallel line at hinila natin yun pataas. Okay? Palabas dun sa feasible, papunta dun sa feasible, palabas ng feasible region, I'm sorry, okay? Pero dapat hindi siya lalagpas dun sa feasible region. So, hanggang dun sa point na matatouch pa rin yung ating feasible region. Yun yung ating optimal solution. So, dito, sa minimized model natin, minimization model natin, baliktad. Okay? Paurong naman tayo kasi minimization eh. So, itong nakuha nating cost line, gagawa ulit tayo ng parallel line, hihilahin natin siya dun sa palabas ng ating feasible region. Tapos, titigil tayo, ang kukunin nating point is yung point na kung saan natatouch pa din yung ating boundary for feasible region. And in this case, we can see na yung point na yun is itong point number 2. Okay? So, even though hindi tayo mag-compute manually, with this graph, okay, masasabi natin, we can determine that our optimal solution is itong point 2. Wherein, okay, ano ang value ng A and B diyan? So, magro-ruler tayo, tatantsahin mo na lang. So, medyo lampas siya sa 4. Tapos, yung B naman, brand B is lampas sa 2. Okay? So, ganyan ang ating gagawin. So, walang eksakto. Hindi natin makuha yung sakto. Malibang, yung pagkakalinya mo, let's say sa graphing paper ka naglagay, di ba? Na-determine din yung eksaktong amount. So, ngayon, ang isang way natin, so we can do this way, or, ang gawin natin para makuha natin yung eksaktong number na ating kinakailangan, ay magko-compute tayo mathematically. Okay? So, ang isang paraan ay, syempre, gagamitin natin yung ating constraints equation para ma-determine yung ating optimal solution. So, pili tayo ng dalawa. Okay? Na ating gagamitin. So, dalawang magkatulad na kung saan equal sila. Okay? So, meron tayong dalawang paraan to solve our A and B here. So, yung isang solution natin is to find the value of A using the other variable. Okay? So, kasi nga, unknown pa. And then, from there, i-compute natin yung atin namang isang variable pa natin. Pag na-determine na natin yung isang variable. Okay? So, gagamitin natin ang isa't isa. Tapos, in this case, sabi natin, pag tayo kasi naggawa na ng substitution, diba, lalabas, yung first equation should actually equal the second equation. So, ngayon, the other mathematical way, okay, or procedure na pwede natin gawin is pagsabayin natin silang i-determine, okay, computein. So, dahil equal, yung first at saka yung second equation, equal naman sila. So, ang gawin natin, pag-minusin natin sila. So, dapat ay, yung pinaka-difference, from there, dun natin kukunin or kukomputein yung value ng ating A and B. So, to do that, okay, yung ating simultaneous equation, so, dapat, okay, so, ang mangyari, magmaminus tayo, ano? So, dapat, meron tayong isang variable na matanggal muna. Okay, para ma-determine natin yung value ng isa. So, to do that, hanapin natin yung least common factor nila or least common multiple kung naaalala nyo sa math. Ano? So, let's say yung A ang atin munang tatanggalin. Tira natin yung B at yung B ang una natin kukomputein. So, ano yung least common factor ng 5 and 4? So, that will be, okay, 20. So, to have 20, so, yung first equation, i-multiply natin sa 4. Tapos, yung second equation, i-multiply natin sa 5. So, moving on, ito yung ating magiging new equation. For first equation natin, that will be 20a na plus 40b equals 180. Okay? So, paano nangyari yan? That is 4 times 5a, so equals 20a. And then, 4 times 10b, so that is 40b. And 4 times 45 equals 180. So, the same lang din gagawin natin dun sa second equation. Okay? So, we will get 20a plus 15b equals 120. So, dahil nagsa-simultaneous tayo, pagmaminusin na natin sila. Okay? So, yung 20, pareho na tayong merong the same value for a. 20a, pareho silang 20a. Now, our purpose is to eliminate, okay, that one variable. At matira lang muna sa atin yung isang variable. Kaya magma-minus tayo. So, 20a minus 20a, so 0. Okay? So, wala matitira. So, ang matitira na lang sa atin is yung 40b at saka yung 15b tsaka yung fixed, yung parameters natin. So, 40b minus 15b, so that will be 25b, is equals to 180 minus 120 equals 60. So, to get the value of b, so that will be 60 divided by 25 equals 2.4. Now, we have the value of brand B. Okay? So, 2.4 pounds ang ating kailangan, okay, para ma-minimize yung ating cost. So, this is brand B pa lamang. So, ano naman yung brand A? So, magsa-substitution na tayo. Ano? So, kuha tayo ng isa dun sa ating dalawang equation. So, kunwari, itong first equation, yung 5a plus 10b equals 45, isubstitute natin yung b natin na 2.4. So, we will get, okay, 5a is equals to 45 minus 24. Okay, so hindi ko naayos yung format. Yan. Anyway, so A will be equals to 4.2 pounds. So even if you use the second equation, dapat ang makukuha mong value ng A ay 4.2 din. So ngayon, with that, na-determine na natin yung value ng ating brand A and brand B. So if you compare that dun sa ating graphical solution, 'di ba? Ito. Pag kinuha mo yung katapat na linya nila, okay, at pantay yung pagkaka-ruler mo, so you will realize na pareho yung ating value ng A at saka yung value ng ating B. Okay? So yan yung ating pang-check. So, we have now determined yung optimal solution natin, yung best combination ng quantity natin ng brand A and brand B feeds. Okay, so with this, magkano nga ba ang ating magiging minimized cost, okay, per turkey? So babalikan natin ngayon yung ating formula kanina for our goal, for our objective. And that is, our minimized cost is equals to 0.10 or 10 cents A plus 15 cents B. Okay, so yung 10 cents at saka yung 15 cents, yun yung per pound cost ng bawat isang brand. So, to proceed with the equation, isa-substitute lang natin yung value ng A and B natin. So, we will get this, okay, 10 cents times 4.2 plus 15 cents times 2.4. Therefore, our minimized cost will be 78 cents per turkey. Okay, so ito yung minimized cost na ma-incur natin or nung company ni owner. Ito yung best solution na mapoprovide natin, masasabi natin minimized cost yan, na kung saan yung minimum requirements, okay, or yung constraints ay mamimit lahat. Okay, so papapansin nyo, the same lang yung procedure na sinunod natin both sa maximization model at saka sa minimization model. So, naiba lang yung, kinonsider lang natin yung isa maximum, okay, yung isa minimum. So, ayan. Okay? And that's it for this. So, now, faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance for what we do not see. Sabi sa Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Okay? Maniwala ka lang. Kakayanin natin yan. Kung ang pinapaniwalaan mo related sa iyong pag-aaral, okay? Siyempre sa Lord, unang-una yung faith, ang tinutukoy dyan talaga is yung faith natin sa Lord. So, the Lord will help us sa ating mga studies and everything, kung ano ang ating mga concern. So, this is the end ng ating part 2. So, meron tayong kasunod, hindi pa tayo tapos sa ating linear programming. So, we will still discuss yung mga special cases. And after that, we will proceed sa pag-compute naman ng ating mga linear programming problems using our computer solutions. Okay? So, mag-e-excel na tayo. I-discuss lang muna natin yung mga special cases. So, inuuna natin to kasi first, pagdating kasi sa technology, madali na, di ba? Mag-i-input ka lang. Pero pwede kang mag-input, pwede mo makuha yung tamang sagot without really understanding yung iyong sinusolve. So, kaya ito muna, manual muna tayo. When we understand the principle, then even if we use our tools, much better nating ma-analyze yung ating data. Okay? So, that's it, and see you in our next